Welcome to the Refined Society podcast, where you get fresh perspective on wealth. My name is Ruben.
My name is Jonathan.
And Jonathan, we have a video today. For all of you guys who are watching, we're going to be looking at a video from Myron Golden, where it talks about something that's very important for us as entrepreneurs to understand so that we can actually have success here in this world. All right, so I'm just going to show you a video real quick so you can react.
Government wants you to think that businesses that are successful because the owners of those businesses are evil. But the reality is, the promoter of that message is the one that's evil. Now, there are some businesses that are evil. I'm not saying there are no businesses that are evil. There are some businesses that where the owners have evil intention. But that's not generally the nature of business. The media, the movies. I'm not crazy about movies, but the movies that I hate the most, superhero movies. I can't stand them. They're so terrible. They have programmed so many people to be broke. Say, what do you mean? Like you never even thought about that before, right? See, they started programming you when you were a little kid. Anybody remember this guy named Superman, right? Yeah. Superman. You remember who he was, right? He was an adopted poor little orphan from another planet. Who was his arch enemy? Lex Luthor. What was he? Multimillionaire. Subconsciously. They don't have, see, do you understand that every time a story is being told, it's being told on two levels? There's the covert story. That's the part that talks to your head. It's only there to distract you. And the overt story, that's the part that talks to your heart. It's there to program you. Okay, what about Spider-Man? Oh, another poor little orphan. Raised by his aunt and uncle.
Another little poor.
Oh,
that's crazy, bro.
Who's his arch enemy? Oh, that's right, the Green Goblin. He wasn't a multimillionaire. He was a multi-billionaire.
Yep.
They're always associating wealth with evil. And I know what you're thinking. See, I already know what you're thinking because I'm a mind reader. You're thinking, but Batman was rich? How many of y'all were thinking that?
True.
See, I knew it. I knew you were thinking.
You got money.
You got to get up early in the morning. You're going to catch me on that one. You're right. Batman was rich, but he's the only superhero with no superpowers.
Yeah.
Now, which one would you rather do? Have a cool car or just fly? So I know the other thing you're thinking. Yeah, but Iron Man's rich. Don't you? I'm reading your mind. I already told you. Iron Man is a narcissistic jerk who takes advantage of everybody and walks on everybody. So if they make a superhero that's rich, they always give them an undesirable character trait because the enemy is always trying to trip us up. And he'll use whatever method necessary, whatever method possible. See, I'm going to tell you something while I'm on this subject. Our primary identifying factor should not be our color, and it should not be our gender. It should not be our educational level. It should not be the amount of money that we have. It should not be an association that we're a part of. It should not be our fraternity. It should not be our neighborhood. It should not be our country club. Our primary identifying factor of our lives should be the fact that we are redeemed by the blood of the Lamb. And if that's not first, you've got the wrong thing in first place.
I mean, I want to hear your take. What do you think?
I completely agree with him. I never even realized that in superhero movies that they would do that, to where if you want to be a superhero, you have to come from like a poor background.
And many people think that being poor is humble.
Yeah.
Like, yes, there are poor people who are very humble, but there's also rich people who are humble too.
Yeah.
And I think many times we think that it makes you humble because of the position you're in, but in reality, no, it's what you do in that position.
Like, I think what is important to realize, at least with what he was saying, at least brought clarity to, is like with the villains, at least they have bad attributes already, bad qualities to who they are. Which means like the money is just going to enhance that. And I didn't even realize that most of the villains are ones that are wealthy, but also the villains in the story.
The good guy's always broke. He never gets the girl. And then the rich guy, the one with all the girls, with all the wealth, with all the cars, and is the villain.
Yeah, and with that, it paints a picture of like if you have wealth or if you have money, you're already painted the picture of you're a villain.
You're evil.
Yeah, and I think that's what's important to understand nowadays. It's like the wealth isn't what's making you evil. It's what your heart desires.
Wealth, what money does, and let's talk about money right now. Money only magnifies who you really are.
Yes.
It magnifies your character.
It magnifies who you are, like you said. If your business is bad, it's gonna magnify all the weaknesses you have, the foundation you got. Money is just gonna fuel what's already there. The money, I think, is where how you see of that money and how important is that money to you in your heart.
But this also comes down to how you're programmed.
Yeah.
Because as we saw, he was talking about the way we gotta understand that when we come to this world, we don't come with any belief system.
Yeah.
there's things that are instilled to us from the very beginning. And some of these things we have to keep, and some of these things we have to throw away.
Yep.
And it takes somebody to mature. Like, that's what maturing is all about.
Yep.
It's like, at one thing you thought this was okay for a season, but then you realize that, wait, this is something that I cannot continue. It's cute as a baby to throw spaghetti at your head, right?
Yeah.
And be the baby in all those TikTok videos, right? All looking all messy. It's how cute. It ain't cute when you're 50 and doing that, you know? Yeah. At the end of the day, there's some things you got to mature. And I think it's so important to understand that, what are we filling ourselves with? As an entrepreneur, who are you listening to right now? Are you listening to people who are who have been there where you're trying to go, or you're listening to people who are scared? Are you scared? Like, there's people who have good intentions. You know, I'm gonna be honest. I've heard people who have their parents not support them in building a business, and because their parents don't come from a business background, maybe they had a bad experience growing up, and they teach their kids that, hey, don't do this. I mean, many times we are taught certain things that shouldn't be, that we have to put through the eyes of Christ. I would say, like, hey, we gotta filter some things out and filter things out that need to stay so that we can hit the goal we're trying to hit.
It's all about maturing, realizing, okay, being able to distinguish what do I need right now, what I don't, and going on upon what he was saying about the income. A lot of people are trying to receive so much with so little of responsibility coming back.
Like, like, this is where I'm like, I can empathize with people wanting to get paid for their value. That's 100%. I am all for that. But do not act entitled. No company owes you anything. No, as much as time as you've been there, yes, you do put your effort. But the thing is this: you want to get paid more. You want to do more. And even as a business owner, you want to make a certain dollar amount in your life. You got to understand that there has to be some creative value you have to bring to the table, whether it's skills, whether it's sales experience, whether it's services you can provide. All these things add value to who you are when it comes to a dollar amount you want to make. That's the problem that many people today are doing, is that they're trying to be more successful, to reap more opportunity with the same results.
They're trying to get a bigger harvest without planting more seeds.
Exactly. That's the problem.
Yeah.
That people want to get more and more and more, but they're not willing to work for it.
Yeah.
And the Bible teaches us in Proverbs that all hard work brings profit. You know, and that's one thing I want you to understand. If you're gonna make more profit in your life, if you're gonna go for more, you have to produce the work.
Yep.
You gotta have the work that matches the
due
result.
diligence that needs to be done. If our channel is bringing value to you, be sure to subscribe, because we have a goal of reaching 1,000 subscribers. So be part of that movement. So make sure you subscribe, like, comment in our videos, and turn on that notification bell so you can be notified every single time we post.